Welcome to Die's Crafty Corner. My name is Diane and I'm so glad you stopped by. Happy Saturday, guys. Today we're going to make a card. In fact, I may make more than one off camera, but we're going to make one on camera because I had an idea. I had an idea last night or late yesterday afternoon. Well, last night about 6 p.m. when I made this little card. Now, I was determined this card was going to be my last Valentine card, and it is, for this year, but I needed this one for somebody for today, right? I got a neighbor that I'm giving something to, and this is going to be in there. So I pulled out, you know, everybody has got their Stanleys, right? And I pulled out this one and made a little Valentine Stanley on it. Not quite done. I am going to do a little shadowing on the bottom here, but I'll do that as I put everything together, okay? So I did make this little one yesterday. It's over on Instagram, if you want to see it. But I want to make another one because I've got from Concord 9th, which is where I got this die from, right? I have the die set and I have the stamp set, right? So what we're going to be using today, I've already cut out the pieces, are just these. You get a small Stanley, a small flat cup, which is like their coffee cup. You get the smaller Stanley, so this is like for, you know, little cards or little die cuts or something. You also get the stamp over here as well of it, and then you get all of these little things. So I used the heart yesterday, and I have to be completely honest, I don't know what this is. I don't know. I've got to look it up. I don't even know much about this set except for I wanted it for these dies right here. So I've already cut out the pink one, the handle. This is going to be where the straw goes, or I don't know that I'm going to put a straw on this one, but this is where the straw does go because I didn't cut out a straw. And this is going to be the little gold piece that goes in between. This is just going to back up my pink cardstock. I've also cut out a layering set for my cards because this is going to be in pink. I don't know, I just like it. This is my favorite color. I can't do much about it. All right, but this is what I thought. I'm going to use the stamp set. So, of course, we're going to use the die set, but I'm going to use the stamp set, and I'm going to use this flower, and ooh, I don't know where that flower went. I thought about using this one. I pulled it off, but I don't, oh, it's right down here. But I decided not to use it. Let's put it back where it belongs. Okay, there she is. All right, and then I thought I would use a sentiment. You got this. It's going to be right there, all right? So, again, I got an idea for this person for the card, so I'm putting the sentiment on it. I'm using this flower, and we're going to use white embossing powder, right? So we're going to use Versamark. We're going to color it in on this card as well, and we're going to be using white embossing powder, Versamark, and of course our heat gun. All right. I'm also going to be using a little bit of glossy accents, and of course my glue that I'm using right now is the Barely Arts glue. All right. So again, this is made by Concord 9th. If you're interested, I picked them up. I have used this before one other time. I did check; they are still available. Okay, so there's that. I wanted to make sure it was still there just in case. Okay, so this one we can put away. We might pop this up with dots or spots or whatever they're called. All right, so I'm gonna get a piece of copy paper. Real quick. We're gonna move some of this stuff out of the side. And then we're gonna put this down because I'm going to be stamping on this, and I have a little mark on it right there, but I think I can make my flower over it and color over it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not sure what it is, but we're not stressing about it right now. All right, but you know what I am going to do? I'm going to take my tape runner and I'm just going to pop a little bit. We're going to remember not to put our, well, we can do it. Powder. I just don't want it to move. All right, I put my dies on this, my Brutus Monroe round stamping block, which it's one of my faves. All right, don't even know if he still makes it, but Let me make sure we're in scene here because, and I thought maybe today I would try to sit. I thought maybe if I sat down, I would just, you know, stay in screen because my chair wouldn't move, right? Who knows? I don't know. Okay, all right, so my idea is to use both of these, big and small. We're of course gonna go off the edges and do all that stuff. Disregard all the bruising on my arms. As I told you, my youngest grandson has got a broken leg. He's having to be picked up to put into the car, and the wheelchair has to come out of the car and get assembled and all the things, and I'm full of bruises because that is a really heavy wheelchair, and I get bruised kind of easily. All right, kind of wishing I had pre-done this a little bit, you know, just to test it. I'm gonna start using my Ohuhu markers as well. I chose this one, the R30. I think it's gonna be a good match. I'm pretty sure. I used 3 of them, and this is the one I thought would be the best just on a scrap piece of pink paper, so I'm not sure once it dries if it'll be okay, but that's what we're going with for today. All right, let's get started. I normally like to put my stamp down. Oh gosh, now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. I feel like I don't have enough time to be singing Hello Dolly right now though, so we're gonna speed it up a little bit. So this one, right there. What I don't want them to do is to touch. I can kind of see from the light on the shiny there, so that's good. So we're gonna I'm gonna come down here real quick, and we'll work our way up a little bit. We'll go off over here. You know what we didn't do? We didn't powder it. Bad crafter. Bad crafter. And we're gonna go off, let's see, we're gonna go off right here. And if we do get one that overlaps, really, what will it matter? That looks good. And we're gonna come off right here. Oh, that's good. And then we can put one of our little ones right there. We're gonna come, I wanna have a full one. Let's go right here. And don't know, we're not gonna get a whole full one, but let's go right there. And you know what? I think we're gonna put just a sliver right here. Good. All right. We did a little double stamping right there, but we're going to call that okay. Let's pull this off. I also thought maybe sitting down would calm me down, you know, like own me a little bit. Although I can't see as well. That's the thing. It's easier to see when you're standing up, right? But I feel like sometimes I'm just overpowering and I'm trying to get better. Cuteness. Oh, got a little excited there. We're gonna go right here. Oh, we got too close to that one for sure. Crap-a-doodles. Oh, but you know what? I can turn the paper around, right? Righto. All right. All right, well. I definitely am off-kiltered with this little stamp. I feel like we're needing one right here, but I put that one too low, so I'm not sure what to do about it. Maybe I'll just stand up for this one real quick. All right, I like it. Okay. That was a little stressful. What do you think? Was it stressful for you? Probably not, huh? So how is your Saturday going, guys? I'm wearing my favorite gray sweater today. Not quite as colorful, but I still like it. I love my little boho sweaters. Well, they're not little. I bought them 2 sizes too big for a reason. Because I like them that way. All right, let's see how we did with this. I'm just going to dump all over this and then dump it back in. Oh no, we're going to have to use a little bit of a... I wonder if we should just start over. What do you think? I think I can get that out. What do you think? Aww. And it's so cute. Could have been spaced a little better, but it's, you know, it's a little hard to see that on the light pink paper, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. All right, where are my little paintbrushes? They're right here. We're going to use a tiny one. All right, this I will have to pick up to do because, oh, that is a shame. I don't even know why why the ink would stick there, you know? That's okay. That's okay. That's okay, even though that's close to that. Let's just come in a little bit more right here. What do you think? I'm going to call that good. All right, let's cover this up. We're going to call that good. We're going to go with it. Cover all this stuff up before I turn on my heat machine. And let's see if the heat machine will, I think it'll fit. All right, so I might speed this up or turn it off or something, whatever you do in editing. My idea was just to do some loose coloring with a color that I do believe is going to look okay. Let's just do it on the back. Yeah, it's going to look okay. And I'm going to come in around the middle of the petals, around the middle, and I'm just going to come outwards like that. Just to give it a little dimension, give it a little more color. And then we're going to soften it up with the 0 when we're done, but I do want to go around each one of these. Pretty, right? It is. It is. I agree. I'm telling you, this is all I could think about last night. You know, one, I love flowers. Love watercoloring, love flowers. Am I the best at it? Oh, no. Not at all. I do believe if I had been standing, I could have seen what I was doing a little bit better. But if we're being honest, it's hard to see on white and light pink. But, you know, no one else's is going to look like this. Only mine. Right? Yours will look like yours. We'll all have our own little boo-boos. Although I'm sure some of you could do it perfect, but that's not me, unfortunately. But I can tell you this. I made a mean orange Chinese chicken the other night. I outdid myself. And I wish I could tell you what the recipe was. I winged this. I winged it. And it was so good. I'm questioning whether I can ever repeat it. I gotta be honest. It was so good. All right, here we had a little bit too much powder too, but you know what? We're gonna be okay. So you know, as I was thinking about this, a whole design for the white, for that white turvis that I did in gray. Oh my gosh. I've got a pink one too. That's that light color, that, you know, the one that's like barely pink. And I'm trying to think how I could do that with sublimation maybe. By the way, I have a sublimation printer, which that word is so hard for me. When it dries, isn't it a gorgeous color? Oh my goodness. That was the perfect pick for this. Not gonna fib. Isn't it pretty? All right, so then I thought if I had any sharp edges, I would come in with the 0. And just kind of soften anything that looked too sharp, because, you know, it's a petal. Some of these, I don't think I got up high enough. Or in between my white enough. So we're just going to play around with it for just a minute. And then we're going to move on. In my ideal world, guys, I would do no editing at all. I would just come on here and play and color and share, because that's what this is all about. Now, this isn't one of those that I never touched, because I did touch it. Oh my gosh, I just think that I'm not even going to do that. I don't even need to. It's gorgeous. Yay. All right, now I'm going to show you how to put this together. So we've got a piece of white cardstock, which also has a spot on it. I don't know what is going on here. You could use tape or glue, whatever you wanted to do. Again, I feel if I was sitting down, we'd stay lower to the ground. And isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness, I'm in love already. It's so pretty. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to bring in all of these, and we're going to do the same thing. Let me pull my sleeves up. My sleeves are kind of in the way. I just wanted to double it up. I guess I didn't push that down, huh? Oh, because I heat embossed it. Yeah, that's what's going on. Oh my gosh, isn't it cute? There's that. So there's another series that I'm going to be starting on this channel. I'll do it maybe once a month or something. I want to start doing a series that is going to be left behind for my children and my grandchildren. So for my daughters and my grandchildren. Mostly my granddaughter I'm believing, but it could be my grandson. I don't know. Because, you know, I'm not going to be here forever. And I've got all this stuff, and I'm adding to this stuff. They're going to, like my daughter said to me the other day, she goes, I said something, and she goes, I said something to the effect of, you know, don't let your dad tell you, you know, just to get rid of all this stuff, because believe me, what I've told him I've spent in this craft room is not what I've spent in this craft room. You know, take it, use it, do something with it, make it part of your life if you want to. And my daughter said, my oldest daughter, I said, Mom, I have no idea how to use any of that stuff. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I should do something about that. She does, needless to say, does not have time to be coming over here spending time with me crafting. That's just not in her budget. She has 2 jobs, 3 kids, a husband with 2 jobs. It's just not going to happen. You know, it costs a small fortune to survive in this state. And that's not getting any better. Okay, beautiful, huh? So again, I'm using this same color pink, top folding, 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, cut in half. Long ways, so this makes this a 5.5, right? 5.5 by 4 1/4. I've taken my favorite Spellbinder dies, and I've chosen 2, one from the B and then one from the A, to trim this out. Now, when you are using cardstock on top of your panel and it's thinner, this is thinner cardstock. I believe this is Recollections, their soft ballet pink or whatever, one of the softest pinks, but it is 60 pounds, so see? You don't want to put too much glue, so there's a tip for you. Don't over glue it because the glue will show through every time. Now this piece isn't going to matter so much because it's just a layering piece, but if it is your main piece or you're using 60-pound coloring paper, use your glue very sparingly. And then I'm using a white piece just because that's what I like. You guys know I like to layer. I like all the layering. And this is 110-pound cardstock. So see, it's more sturdy. This is future Diane with you right now. I did decide to go ahead and pop this panel up. So in the next clip, you will see it popped up before we do the sentiment. All right, so now it's time for the sentiment. I'm going to use my Misty for that. And I think because I've got that little bit of trim of gold, instead of doing black, I'm going to do gold. And I think I'm going to do Princess Gold. Well, I don't know because I'm not sure. I really am not sure about the color of Princess Gold. All right, but we're going to do it, right? It should be pretty. I can't remember. I got a couple of golds. We're going to try this one. All right, so I did powder it this time. Good job. And now we're going to see how we do. Okay, I'm putting it off to the side because we got to have enough room to build our cup up. We got to have that room because it's a pretty tall cup once you put all those pieces on. All right, I'm going to do that one more time. I can barely see my little exclamation mark, which is over here. Okay, I'm okay with that. All right, let's get this out of the way. This is, of course, Ranger. I can't remember which one's lighter, the Princess or the regular gold. Let's just do it. Okay, we're going to take that same little paintbrush we used and just, I don't want anything on the card here. And the rest of it looks okay. I mean, there's a little bit around that Y, but if I'm being honest, I would just mess it up trying to get it. So we're going to call that okay. Okay, Princess Gold was a nice match. Love that. Let's just make sure we can see it in the light all the way. Yeah, we got all of it. Okay, perfect. All right, what do you think so far? All right, let's now put together our card. All right, and it's got to go over here. Can go a little over here, but it's got to go down here for sure. Because we got to build up that top. Pretty. Let's hold that down a minute. All right, and now let's go ahead and do our handle. Put our glue here. And right on my fingernail. That's where glue goes too, right on your fingernail. Right there. Yep. Pretty. And then our little gold spot, the gold or silver on top of a Stanley goes right here. Gonna put just a tiny little sliver of glue on that, and then we're gonna try to get it level. I gave up on the sitting. We're gonna stand. All right. That looks pretty good. It looks good with that gold, doesn't it? It does. Okay, I like it. And now we got to do our little top piece, which is where the straw goes. Pretty. Isn't that pretty? All right, guys, this is where we're going to end with this card. I did put off camera because I didn't know I wasn't recording. I took a piece of vellum and a piece of shaker card plastic, and I taped the two together, cut it out with the little straw it comes with, and if you can see that, it shines, it looks like a straw. It's super cute, and this is where I'm going to end this card. I think this card turned out super sweet, super cute, but it was still very easy to do, right? I can't wait to play with this again with some of my other flowers. I'm so inspired now. I hope this inspired you to get out something you have in your stash and create. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.